Okay, so this is not a bad. This is really easy. A lot of people says, "Oh my God, this is life's over." No, it's actually fairly easy. If you do it the way I want you to do it, it's really, really easy. So today we're gonna talk about degree and radian. So inside unit circle, it might look like this circle is huge, right? So this circle is just as big on a graphing paper. It's like this. If you take a graphing paper and you take one here, one here, one here, one here. So for example, this 2 comma 1. This circle is this big. We just blow up a lot bigger. So that to show you that this is actually a unit circle. A unit means 1 unit. That means radius is 1. Okay. So let's talk about degrees. Degrees is very easy. Trust me. You guys all got this. Everybody should get a degree part pretty easily. So we start with a 0 degrees here. And we start with 180 degrees here. And we start with 360 degrees here. So we start with degrees. Degrees need to make sure you fill in. Half of 180 is what? 90. So this is 90. And this becomes 270. Because that's 90 plus 180. Is that okay? Fairly easy. Now, what's a half of 90? 45. So we're going to do it in purple. If you have different color pen, good. Use different color pen to write it down. I might use purple because all the 45 have the same thing. So there's a 45. What do you think this one is? Here.
130.
You are absolutely right. 135. And they are same color pen. I'm going to use purple. 135. And I hear it's also half of 90 here. So what is that? 225. And then
315.
315. Diego, you're a genius. I've been saying that all the time. You just need to do your damn homework. Is this okay? Fairly easy, right? Okay. So now, why do I use this color? They all share the same thing. What do they share?
Half of the
No,
half.
no. Do you guys remember the things I talk about? Not coterminal angle, but they share the reference angle. You think about reference angle is from the closest axis. This is 45 degrees, right? This is from the closest axis. This is also 45 degrees. So the reference angle of 135 is 45 degrees because it's from the closest angle. So from this, the closest x-axis is right here. Then this is also 45. And this here, this is also 45 because you basically 360 subtract 45 get 315. So they all have the same reference angle. Got it? Okay. Now the next thing is each 90 degrees, think about a clock. Clock is 90 degree, right? I break it to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So they have equal section. So that means each equal section is how many degrees? 30, because you break 90 to 3. So that's 30. So this one I'm gonna use blue. I'm gonna say 30 degrees here. Now, what is the reference angle of 30 degree but it's on second quadrant? On the second quadrant. So that means this opening right here is 30 degree, right? How about this? This is 30 degrees. So what is this? 150. 150. That's it. 30 and 150, they all have the same reference angle. Too fast? Okay. Okay. How about this one? I'm gonna call Anna. What do you think this one is? 210. Yep. Hold on a second. Somebody trying to hijack my. It's 210. You're absolutely right. Do you guys see why it's 210? Because it's just 30 plus the reference angle, so it'll be 180, right? So that's gonna be what? So can you tell me the last one here, Samuel? Don't tell him. Let him figure out on his own. Right here. The one circle right here. Huh?
330.
You are a genius. So 330. Good. So we finished all the reference angle are the same. So we're gonna talk about the green one. Last one, the green one. The green one is gonna be here. What do you guys think about this one, Landon? What do you think this one is? 50 is wrong. 60 is right because remember each o'clock. This is 1 o'clock, right? This is 2 o'clock. This is 3 o'clock. Each clock difference is 30 degrees. So therefore, this is 60. Is that okay? How about this one? Elias? What do you think this one is? Nope. It's a bigger than 90.
105.
Nope.
Then minus 135. 125. I mean 120.
120, good. So that's 120 because they all have the same reference angle of 60 degrees. So you can basically take this and go back 60 degrees. So it's going to be 120. Does that make sense? How about this one here? Let's ask this one. Jocelyn, what do you think? What do you think here? What?
150.
Nope. Try again. Shanti, can you help her out? 240. Can you explain to her why it's 240? How about this one? Sydney. 300. Good. So we just finished all the angle. Very, very easy. Finish all the angles. Okay. Hopefully we're gonna finish a radian today. The radian's kind of interesting. The radian's gonna be here. We're gonna say this is 0 radian. What's the other side? 180. What's that? 180. No, not 1. Pi radian. Pi. So I'm gonna write down pi. I'm not gonna write radian anymore. How about whole circle is what? 2 pi. Good. Now, what do you think this one here? Pi over 2. Good. Oh, pi 1/2 pi. Same thing. Why? Because you think about it, the whole thing is a pi, right? This half, it's a half a pi. Does that make sense? Pi over 2. Is that okay? Now, I want you to write down something here. This pi you can recognize is 2 pi over 2, right? Or like 3 pi over 3. Does that make sense? Or 4 pi over 4. Because pi can be like just longest and number divide each other. Does that make sense? Or the 6 pi over 6. If you recognize this is the oldest value, it could be 6 pi over 6, 4 pi over 4, or 5 pi over 5, or whatever. That's all the same value. This is all equal to pi because 6 and 6, 4 and 4, 2, 3 and 3, 2 and 2 can cancel out. That's what's going to be a lot easier. So this one here is going to be pi, but it can be represent all different shape and form. So what do you think this one is? I'm going to ask Alex. What do you think this one is?
3 pi over 2.
Why is 3 pi over 2?
Because the one before was 2 pi over 2, and the next one's 4 pi over 2. So
Yep.
it's
You're just adding extra pi over 2. So that's going to be 3 pi over 2. Does that make sense? And guess what? This is also known as what? 4 pi over 2, right? Because that's cancel out. And let's say green, this is going to be 6 pi over 3. And purple is going to be 8 pi over 4 or 12 pi over 6. But you don't have to write that in terms of unit circle, just recognize that's that. It's going to help you a lot easier for us down the road. So we're going to talk about a purple one. That just say, Olivia, can you tell me what is a purple one here, 45 degree? What do you think this one is in radian? Give it a try. Don't say I don't know. Even you guess completely wrong, I'll be more proud of you than telling me I don't know. I'll give you a hint though. This one's pi over 2. What do you think this one is? Diego, I know you got it, but I need Olivia to get it. Yes. You cannot tell me I don't know. It's like you go to like a ninja course. It's like, oh, I don't know if I can make it all the way to the end. You have to know you're going to make it all the way to the end. Right? Okay. So pi over 4. See, you got it. Because pi over 2, half of pi over 2 is pi over 4 because it's divided by half, right? What do you think this one is? Let me ask Larissa. I feel like she's in my blind spot. I never call her. She's been hiding with that cap. What do you think this one is? Kind of hard. You can ask the media to help you. Amelia, describe to her why is that answer.
Because 3 over 4 is basically 0.75. That's how I remember it, but
So what's your answer?
3 pi over 4.
3 pi over 4. Think about it. This is pi over 4, right? This is opening from here to here, right? This is pi over 4, right? Can it be opening here to here? That's also pi over 4, right? But we notice 4 pi over 4. Can I go backward? Can I go back using reference angle to get 3 pi over 4? Does that make sense? Because I'm basically take 4 pi over 4, subtract pi over 4. It's going back. Larissa, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, are you sure? Because I'm going to ask you a following question. How about this one? It's easy. If you know how to use reference angle, you can find this pretty easily. It's all intuitive. It's not memorization. That's why I don't want you to memorize it. Larissa, you got this.
Like 5 over 4, like 5 pi over 4.
You are a genius. How do you get 5 pi over 4?
Like 4 pi over 4, I just added what side?
Yes, yes. Just adding like here. That's it. Okay. So Anna, can you tell me this one? You're absolutely right. Why? Because 8 pi over 4 is at the x-axis, right? Go back down. Use a reference angle. Does that make sense? Okay, we got done this. Okay, how about this one here? Let me ask Jordan. What do you think this one is? It's okay to be wrong, but it's not okay to not share the answer with me. I never criticize people being wrong on anything. Jordan? Give it a try. I'm not taking any points off on you. 11 what? on something that you're right, but on something you're wrong about. Okay, let's ask if Sophia can help you. Sophia, can you tell me this one?
5/6.
Why do you think it's 5/6?
Half of a circle is 6 pieces, and it's only 1/6 of it. And we'll put it up at
Okay, so he said the whole thing is 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6/6, right? Or you can also think about this pi/2 is 1/3 of pi/2. So pi/2 times 1/3 is pi/6. Does that make sense? Well, worst to worst, you can always convert degree to radian because you already know how to do that before, right? So that says 30 degree times 180 degree pi radian. So that's equal to pi/6. Diego, what's wrong?
Pi 8 over.
That's okay. That's why I say don't write it. Wait for me. We're gonna go through each one. What do you think this one is? Let's ask Denisha. Yeah. What do you think this one is? You are a genius. Why? Because this opening is pi/6. Is 6/6 subtract pi/6 equal to 5/6. Does that make sense? It's intuitive understanding, not memorizing. If you're memorizing, you're not going to go very far. If you intuitive understand that, you're going to go far. Yes.
I don't get it.
Okay. Do you recognize 30 degree is pi/6? Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
Because he says there was 6 pieces. Well,
Yeah.
does that make sense? So this must be pi/6, right? Or you can convert it. You can say that's pi/6. Or you can say pi/2 here. So now you know this part here is 6 pi/6. If I'm going back 30 degrees, so 180 to 150, what's that? 30 degree, right? So this must be pi/6. That's the same reference angle. So basically, it's go back. So therefore, it's 6 pi/6 subtract 5 pi/6, which is 5 pi/6. Got it? Okay. So Sydney, what will be this one? Don't worry, it's an easy one.
That one would be I know it's something pi/6.
Good. That's a good start. So what is it?
7 pi/6.
Did you help her? Okay, no one help her. No one help her on the next question. You're not helping her by giving the answer.
I think I get it.
Okay, so then you can tell me this one.
It'd be 9 pi/6. No, other way. No.
Think about here. Think about what is 2 pi first. Think about what 2 pi is. Look at this is all the clue here. 2 pi is equal to something. So you know what is this one. Don't help her. Don't help her. Olivia, you want to help her?
I think it's 11 pi/6.
Can you explain to her why it's 11 pi/6? Is 11 pi/6?
Well, I think you got 10 instead of 12. Like 6 plus 6 is 12. So when you start here, you go back 1 to 30 degrees. So then it's 12 minus 11, or 12 minus 1 is 11. Okay.
You got it? Don't just nod. If you don't understand, answer. Answer why do you that is.
I don't know how you get 11.
Do you see this is 12 pi/6?
Yeah.
That's equal to 2 pi. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going subtract pi/6 because that's 30 degrees. So it'll be
30 degrees is 1. So you can subtract 1.
But
From
then,
this bar.
how'd you go to 7?
7 is the same thing. Is
Add
6 pi/6? You adding pi/6 to 7 pi/6. You subtracting. You get 5 pi/6. going backwards, subtracting, right?
Oh,
Do you see that?
no, I see that. I get that.
Everybody see that? Okay, last one. We got green one to worry about. This one's pi over 3. The reason why it's pi over 3 is pi over 6 is 30 degrees. 2 pi over 6 is pi over 3, right? This is the same thing as like 2 pi over 6, right? Which is pi over 3, right? So can you tell me this one is... Diego? 2 pi over 3. Good job, Diego. Okay, how about this one here? On the bottom, let me ask somebody else. Jacob, I never call on you too. Remember, this is all 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 60 degrees. You should know what is this. Jacob, come on. We gotta go. Huh? 4 pi over 3. It's good. Last one. Can somebody tell me the last one? Good. You just finished all the hardest part. Trust me, this is actually easy. The hardest part is the radian. You can grab 2 sheets today and 2 sheets tomorrow. So you can grab two in the back and just practice the radians. Make sure you got it down.
Is the first one 1.0?
Yes. Good job.
Can you explain why it's 5 pi over 3?
5 pi over 3? Yeah, because this is a 6 pi over 3, right? And then going back 60 degrees. So it's subtracting pi over 3. So 6 pi over 3 subtract pi over 3 is equal to 5 pi over 3.
I did one more.
Oh my god.
So tomorrow we're going to talk about coordinates. Today we just talk about degrees and radians. Make sure you master one thing at a time. Tomorrow you're going to master the each individual parts. But make sure don't try to memorize it. Try to understand what's going on. You spend time to understand it, it's going to help you in the long run.